This is an AC condenser, aka the outdoor unit. This is an AC air handler, aka the indoor unit.
So what does residential HVAC equipment have to do with Qlik Answers? Well, to start, it saved me over $8,000.
2 years ago, we remodeled our home and we added a family room addition. And the most cost-effective and efficient way to cool that addition was to install a mini-split air conditioning system. I noticed that the system was not working efficiently and it started to get very warm in the room, especially here in Florida where we've been hitting feel-like temperatures almost over 100 degrees.
Okay, so I had to call a service repair company. They found a leak in the evaporator. So they said it was more cost-effective to just change the air handler instead of repairing the evaporator. So guess what? When gathering that information, they discovered that the outdoor unit wasn't matched properly with the indoor unit. So therefore, I need to replace both units at the tune of $8,000.
Furthermore, I found that even though the equipment was mismatched as identified by the manufacturer, they still can work together, but the service company wouldn't do the job unless I replaced both units.
At this point, you can imagine I'm not too happy. I get on the phone with my contractor and explain the situation. He tells me it's the distributor's fault because that's the equipment that was sent to him for the install and that there's nothing he can do. I don't take no for an answer, and I'm definitely not going to be held accountable for his costly mistake. So I start doing some research.
So at this point, I decided to contact the manufacturer of the AC and do some information gathering to support my case. So on the phone with the AC manufacturer's technical support engineering division for over 50 minutes, and trying to get technical information as to what were the correct specifications for my AC installation and if there were any technical differences as to why I could not use my current setup. They could not tell me anything other than sending me a bunch of submittal documents. Submittal documents are guidelines and technical specifications for the products that cover installation and operating procedures that contractors and field technicians would use. Something that you think my contractor should have been able to look at before installing the system in my home. Now, if you take a look at these documents, you can see they're very lengthy and they contain a lot of information. This sparked some curiosity.
So around this time, I was doing some prep work for Qlik Answers. And I thought, these documents are forms of unstructured data in the form of PDF. And Qlik Answers allows you to unlock hidden insights in that unstructured data. Wouldn't it be great to feed these into a knowledge base in Qlik Answers and see what discoveries we can make?
So just like you saw in the previous video, I created the knowledge base using these documents and then created the assistant. And as you saw, the first question in the previous video correctly identified what the knowledge base comprised of. Now, just to recap, Qlik Answers is utilizing Retrieval Augmented Generation, also known as RAG, along with Generative AI to basically produce relevant output. So when a question is asked, it basically gets the most relevant bits of that text from the documents indexed in the knowledge base and puts it into a cohesive response using a large language model. So my next question, as you saw, was what are some of the compatibility issues a contractor should be aware of? And clearly you can see from the response that the mismatching outdoor and indoor units is not recommended and may void or limit the warranty, which is something that we learned from the first service company. However, we do see technically it will clearly communicate with the indoor unit. Furthermore, if we continue to look at the response, we can see that the equipment is AHRI certified and UL tested only with specific condensers. This is another bit of information that I was not able to learn from customer support or the service company.
So I took this information back to my contractor and I pointed out specifically where his mistake was and showing the specification and the recommendations from the manufacturer. There was nothing he can do at this point except compensate me for at least half the installation. The amount of money that he's compensating me, I can actually buy an indoor and outdoor unit at cost, and I hired another company to install it for the same amount of money that I'm being compensated with, therefore zero cost to me. So Qlik Answers was able to help me find the information I needed for a favorable outcome. Now, I know this is on a small scale, but imagine applying this to your business on a much larger scale where you have thousands of documents with valuable information that may not be easily found. Qlik Answers will be able to help you in minutes because it's plug and play and self-service. I mean, imagine if the manufacturer had this at their disposal and their customer service team was using it, they'd be able to answer my question within minutes instead of basically telling me, here kid, take this PDF document and go find it yourself. For more information on Qlik Answers, visit qlik.com/answers and look at the resource links in the description. Thanks for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed my story. Take care.